Hello everyone. So here we are going to solve one more question of NEET 2025. So here is the question. Two cities are there. X and Y are connected by a regular bus service with a bus leaving in either direction every t minute. Okay. A girl is driving a scooty with a speed of 60 kmph in the direction from X to Y. Notices that a bus goes past her every 30 minutes. It means every 30 minutes a bus is crossing the scooty in the direction of her motion. Okay, and every 10 minutes in the opposite direction. Okay, choose the correct option for the period t of the bus services and the speed of the buses. Assume constant. Okay, so here are the options. So let us see how we can solve this question. Select, here it is city X and here it is city Y. Okay, and there is this bus and one more bus is there, and these two buses are going from X to Y. Okay, and here is one more bus and here is the next bus, and these two are going from Y to X, Okay, and the gap between the buses, that will be constant. Why? Because the speed of the buses is constant. So if we say the let S is the gap between two buses, here also S. Okay, now let's assume that there is a scooty of the girl. Okay, and the speed of the scooty, that is how much? That is 60 kmph. That is 60 kmph. Okay, now let's talk about the buses which are going from X to Y. Okay, so for these three objects we are talking. So here if we say that what will be the velocity of bus with respect to the scooty, that will be Vb minus Vs, or we can say it will be Vb minus 60. Okay, and here in the question it is given that the bus is overtaking the scooty. It means we can definitely say that the velocity of bus is more than velocity of scooty. That's why we did Vb minus 60. Okay, I hope you got it up to here. And every t time the bus is overtaking this scooty. It means we can say that this bus will take t time to cross this much of distance if this bus is moving with a speed of Vb minus 60. Okay, so we can say that here it is S is equal to relative velocity into time. So S relative velocity, that is Vb minus 60, and the time that is given as 30 minutes. Okay, so time is 30 minutes, or we can say half an hour. Okay, so the time is half an hour. Okay, so this is our equation number 1. Now let's talk about these three objects, this bus, that one, and the scooty. Okay, so now we are talking about these three objects. In this case we can see that the relative velocity of the bus with respect to the scooty, that will be Vb plus Vs. Why? Because the bus and scooty both are moving in opposite directions. Okay, that's why it will be Vb plus Vs. Okay, and the gap between two buses, that is S. Okay, so if we are saying that relative velocity of bus with respect to the scooty, it means we are keeping that scooty at rest. Okay, so that will be the velocity of bus with respect to the scooty, and the gap between two buses is S. So this bus will cover this distance with a relative velocity of Vb plus Vs. So now we can write S is equal to relative velocity into time, And what is the relative velocity of bus? That is Vb plus Vs. And time is 10 minutes. Okay. So we can write here 10 by 60 hours. Okay. That is the time, and here it is s. So this is our equation number 2. Now here we can see that we are having two unknowns, s and Vb. Okay, and we are having two equations. So we can solve these two and we can find out velocity of bus. So if we put value of s from here in equation number 2, then it will be Vb minus 60 into half is equal to Vb plus velocity of scooty, that is 60, and here it will be 1 by 6. Solving it, we will get 3 here, 3 will come here, so that will be 3 Vb minus 180 is equal to Vb plus 60. Okay, so that will be 2 Vb is equal to 240. Solving it, we will get Vb, that will be 120 kilometer per hour. Okay, so thus we got velocity of bus. Now we will find out the time period t of the bus services. Okay, so for that we will have to find out that distance also. Okay, distance between two buses. So from equation number 1 we can find out that as that will be Vb was 120, it is 60, it is 1 by 2, so as that will be 60 by 2, it means 30 kilometer. So that is the gap between two buses. Okay, and now gap between two buses, that is 30 kilometer, and the time between two buses, that we will have to find out, and the speed, that is how much velocity of bus, that is 120 kilometer per hour. So from here we can easily solve it and we can find out the time t. So time t, if this bus is moving in this direction and that was also moving in this direction, then that time t, that will be distance upon speed. Distance is 30 kilometer and speed is 120. So we can say it will be 1 by 4 hour, or we can say it will be 15 minutes. So that will be our answer for 15 minutes, and it will be 120 kmph. So from here we can see that our fourth option is the right answer. I hope you got it. Thank you very much.